in here tonight. It is time for week 5 and 6 NFL and NCAA picks. I'm just getting over a little bit of a cold here. Might be a little of abbreviated edition tonight, but we got a lot of ground to cover. A lot of good, very good weekend for me and for my betting partner in Las Vegas, which I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to say that this weekend. And if you're coming in, please hit that thumbs up button and welcome to you. I'm trying to get the side chat up here. My friend Mr. Z gifted me with a beautiful Baltimore Ravens, hey Kelly, helmet. What he didn't gift me with was a Baltimore Ravens win. And they went down. Yeah, winner already tonight. Yes, we got a winner already tonight. I couldn't resist the SMU and see Central Florida University game tonight. Good to see you, Lise. The Swami, Loose 72, the Swami is in the chat. We've got Ronnie there and Kelly. Welcome to you. I'm still trying to get this side chat kind of straightened out on here. Here we go. So we ended up, and I did put the tickets up. I won last Thursday night. Yeah, did you send the? I don't know. Let me see something. Hold on a minute. I gotta see something. Just confirming with Mr. Z. Yeah, we did. We had under 63 tonight for the SMU and Central Florida University tonight. We originally, I'll show you, I even had it written down in the book. Up on top, SMU, right there, to lead off tonight. And guess what? I got cold feet. I got that feeling that said, when I did a little more research, nah, I'm not going to take SMU. How you doing, Mew Mew Swan? Good to see you. I'm not taking SMU. Yeah, we won tonight, Mr. Z. So that's the first one tonight that we did it up on there. But I had like a funny feeling whenever two really great offenses are going to meet. I hate to tell you guys, the point total is going to say high, going to be high. Hey, thank you, Mew. The point total is going to be high, but the scoring is sometimes going to be lower because one of the defenses is going to be super prime for the other one, and that was Central Florida University tonight, which is a pretty good team. Okay, people were triangulating because SMU played Maryland and Maryland won. Well, you know, they're not quite elite, but they're a decent team. People are reading a lot into that, but see, Central Florida University only lost to Louisville. Okay, so think about that on that. So let's get to it. What we should have taken last week was the Saturday parlay. We would have cashed our asses off on the second part of that card there. So let's review. If you didn't see last week's review of Pro and NCAA, please check out the upload. It was Monday or maybe Monday or Tuesday. Maybe it was last night on there. Kind of a review on that. So hit that thumbs up button and let's get down to it for this week. And I'll tell you some of my thoughts. The real standout game to me this week. Is it a trap game? No problem, Dee. When you've got Auburn gone to Georgia, I know they're gone to the crazy house. Okay, I know they're going to the crazy house. But 30 points loose. Is this a trap game coming up? Is there something I'm missing here? Has not Auburn been, you know, they should have won the game against LSU. Am I missing something here? Was Georgia that great when they had to grab their nuts, screwed up against, I don't know who they were playing. They almost embarrassed themselves. I don't know whether it was Toledo or who the hell it was. And I don't know. I've never seen, I mean, even Arkansas, Alabama gave 17.5 points or something. Right? Yeah, I'm thinking a trap game here. I don't know. So guess what? I'm fucking trapped. All right. I'm just saying. I'm going to take it. Let's look at, let's talk about the pro. We don't bet the pro, but I do have opinion on the NFL odds here. Let's see what we got coming up here. This will be week number 5, I believe. Hey, sure nuts, how are you? Yeah, I got to think. You got sharp bettors, are supposed to be the smart money. You got square bettors, which are supposed to be the public and the dumb money. But man, 30 points, over 4 touchdowns and an extra points for a game like that, I don't know. So what do we got coming up? We got the, let's see what we got. We got the Colts and the Denver Broncos. We got the Colts plus 3.5 on that game. You know, the two kind of disappointing teams this year, right? Colts and Denver. You know, I just don't feel for it either way. I just flip a coin. They're playing in Denver. Probably be the advantage of 3.5 points. What's up, Morning Dove? I don't know. New York Giants and Packers. The Giants you're getting 8 points with them against the Packers. You know, Packers didn't seem to be at their best against New England. Right, last week it took to overtime to get it done. I'm kind of wondering, there might be a little juice on that for the New York Giants, but they're going into Lambeau Field. Okay, so I don't know if that works against them, but I might be apt to look at the Giants on that game, coming off of their victory over the weekend. Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills, you're getting 14 points with the Steelers. Look, Kenny Pickett from Pitt, star of University of Pittsburgh, he's going to be chucking the tater. I know he threw a shitload of interceptions. His first pass, he threw an interception. So what? So did Johnny Unitas. All right? First play he ever made, he threw an interception. The fucking guy's in the Hall of Fame now, right? He'll need some time to get a little seasoning there, but I think he'll do well. Maybe he'll rise to the occasion, but I don't see Buffalo having any issue on this game. The over-under's 46 on that. I think it's too low. I think that Buffalo itself is going to have 34, 36 points themselves. I'm just saying. Okay, they're a very efficient offense. I don't think they're also playing at home in Orchard Park, New York. I just can't really get down with Pittsburgh in that situation. But 14 points is a lot, I know. So I would be apt to take the over 46 in that particular game. Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay, you're getting 9 points with the Falcons. I would take it. That's just the way I am. Because I know, we're going to get to that. The Bills beat the Ravens. The Ravens beat themselves. They're a first half bet team, that's it. Atlanta's been playing well. I think they match up well against Tampa. And 9 points is kind of nice, right? For, well, I know, Luce, I don't know, for me, my betting knows no favorites. I don't care whether it's hometown or whatever. You got to remember, I'm also a 49ers fan, and I got a lot to say about the Niners too, right? But I'm saying 9 points in the Falcons, to me, looks like that might be a pretty good bet against Tampa Bay. As my friend Street Life said, Snake Life said, the GOAT might have lost a step. Yes, he has. Tom Brady doesn't have the weapons he has. He doesn't have the downfield vision that he had. And I'm not sure he has the accuracy. It's not taking anything away. Hey, Robbie. How you doing, handsome? It's not taking anything away from him. But at that age, you're going to lose a step or two. Okay? Yeah, 9 points sounds really good for me on Atlanta. It's not like they're a raggedy-ass team. All right, and okay, so they're playing in Tampa. It's almost big deal. There'll be a lot of Atlanta fans in the stands there. Miami Dolphins -3. The New York Jets. Oh, everybody loves the Jets. Oh, Guess what? I like the Jets too. Yeah, he might be injured. Okay, so he might be injured. Miami Dolphins, I don't know what the deal is with Tua. They got to be damn careful about the way that they handle him. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. If he's playing, and they got to be damn careful the optics of the whole situation with Tua on the ground, and this shit last weekend was bad. There aren't many bad NFL moments. Maybe one of the Baltimore Ravens smacking his girlfriend in an elevator. That's a bad moment, right? There's not that many bad ones, but this Tua was a bad moment on the ground, okay? If he plays, then you got to go with Miami. If he doesn't play, you got to go with the Jets. It's just 3 points either way. I'm showing you the replay. It was terrible. I felt so bad. I wanted to go out and hug him, draw him to my ample bosom and say, Tua, let me hold you. Don't die. It ain't a game for guys in short pants. I'm just saying. Okay, it's a man's game. We already had that talk loose. We're coming to the point where the quarterbacks are going to be untouchable. There's going to be 20, 30 more points a game. And it's the way it's going to be. All right. People are sick and tired of their stars being leveled in the backfield. All right. Today I'm watching Johnny Unitas' old film. Man, this guy's getting hit left, right, and center. Then his ribs. He's like this, throwing the ball, and he's still winning. They make guys. You don't have people coming out of coal mining towns like Johnny Unitas and freaking Joe Namath and Jim Mutzler. It's pansy ball now, right? But the guys hit a lot harder than they did back then. And Frank Gifford, you did not make that first down in the greatest game ever played, December 1958. Despite what you think, you were a hack, dude. All right? Suck it up, man. Alan the Horse Amici taking that ball in sudden death overtime in the greatest game ever played. Suck it. Okay. I didn't mean to get sidetracked there, guys. But you know how it is. All right, let's keep going here. We know we like Atlanta and that shit. Let's keep going. Y'all are driving me nuts here tonight. Chicago Bears and Vikings. Man, I got to go with the Vikings at home. Come on, Morning Dog. You're only laying 7 points. The total's 44. You got to tell me that Minnesota's going to be more explosive and I don't see this game under 44 points. I see like 34 to 14 or something like that. Okay. I'm not saying, well, I don't know, Jack Lambert, maybe he said that, but I don't think you're going to have a lot of trouble with Chicago. Chicago's not as bad as people think. Minnesota is a little better than people think, and I think they're gelling. And let's face it, Morning Dove, I've given you a lot of backbone here about the Vikings this year, and I've been right. Okay? Ooh. Breathe, Rosie. Breathe. LA Chargers and Cleveland Browns. Sorry, I'm taking the Browns at 2.5 points. All right. Chubb running around. They're pissed off. I think they lost last week, right? This guy's going to be running out. He's going to have cleats in people's faces. All right. I don't think the Chargers are equipped to deal with that. I haven't been super impressed, okay? Hate me. That's Blackbird's team. Guy lives here on the property, right? Can't do it. Detroit Lions, New England Patriots. Let me tell you guys, if you're the Lions, you got to grab your nuts and go out and play football. Too much of this. Too much of this. Week 2, I'm thinking you may touch elite team status. I don't even know if you, I don't know. I got to see you play again. I'm not super impressed, but I would be apt to. New England's laying 3 points. At home, I don't know. It's just roller coaster playing, right? like the Ravens 2-2. You don't know what the hell's coming on the field. We do know that Lamar Jackson can't play a second half. Isn't it goddamn ironic that we, for the second time, we have a quarterback, a great quarterback that went to Louisville. For those of you who don't know, yeah, Johnny Unitas went to Louisville. All right? It's a walk-on. I wrote letter if you should see this kid or whatever. Lamar Jackson, Louisville. Man, you better live up to Unitas' reputation, dude. All right? Don't get me sidetracked on that shit. All right? Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm so glad Mr. Z's here. I love the Jaguars through 3 quarters of the Eagles game. Rain's coming down. All of a sudden, these guys are melting like snowflakes. Like something out of MacArthur Park is melting in the rain. All the green icing is flowing down. And I'm looking at the Jaguars sitting there at the El Cortez Casino. And I literally almost took my phone and threw it into the screen in that 4th quarter. And I said, oh my God, the ghost of Jaguars past, ooh, rising up like the great pumpkin out of the pumpkin patch of failure. But are they that bad? No. Or is Philadelphia that good? Well, I hate to tell you, man, Philadelphia had total composure, great passing, great running game. So would I put money on Jacksonville laying 7 against Houston? I think that they'll get the job done at home. I know, I'm watching that. I've had the Eagles as an elite team. Hello, Shirley. I've had Eagles pegged as elite since early on. Okay. Washington Commanders, man, your Tennessee Titans are laying 2.5. You better grab that. Have you seen what's his face, the quarterback for Washington, this mealy mouth mope? Where the hell did I can't? Wentz. From whence you came, get the hell back again. All right? I'm just saying. They're giving you a gift with the Tennessee Titans and laying the 2.5 points. Take it. Take it. Well, if that was then, this is now. They're not playing the Vikings now. Okay? Seattle Seahawks at New Orleans Saints. Saints at home, laying 5.5. Saints didn't look that great in London playing against the Vikings. Okay? 5.5 points is pretty juicy on the Seahawks. Probably go with the Seahawks in that game. All right. 49ers and Carolina Panthers. Niners laying 6.5. I don't care if the 49ers are 2-2. This is an elite level team. This is the best defense in the NFL. And as the Ravens proved time and time again, defenses win Super Bowls, they win championships, even if you're limping along. And Jimmy G is a better quarterback than Flacco ever was. San Francisco is an elite level team. Okay? They showed that. They kicked the Rams' heads in at Levi Stadium. There hadn't been a lot to cheer about down there since that place was built, but they are on track and they are playing solid ball, and I'm going to be behind them because the defense is hard hitting. It's going to be hard to move the ball on them unless they have mental errors, penalties, and shit like that. Okay? It ain't going to happen. So I'm saying 49ers laying 6.5 against the Carolina Panthers. And it ain't going to be a blowout. But the Niners should prevail in that game. Philadelphia Eagles, Arizona Cardinals. Be careful, Eagles. trap game. Sometimes it's hard to get up for 2 games in a row. It would be very easy to look past the Cardinals and Murray and all these, but these guys, man, they can backdoor you. They can do crazy shit. I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to have their hands full this weekend in Arizona with that game. Okay. And I would be up in that situation to take the 5.5 points and see what the Cardinals can do. They should prevail, but will they prevail, Nora Morning Dove? That's the question. It's not which team's going to win or lose. It's can you beat the spread? Can you beat the spread? They don't pay me unless you want to bet like Alabama. Some asshole put like $30,000 to win $100 or something, and he was scared out of his mind or whatever, or Ohio State, and he was scared out of his wits for half the right. I mean, it's not which team is going to win, right? It's beating the line. That's how you make the money. All right, Dallas Cowboys and LA Rams. Cowboys going into LA. I think they're kind of on a roll. They got a better quarterback situation. Got to roll with the Cowboys on this one. I don't think LA's the team that won the Super Bowl last year. I'm sorry. I don't think it is. All right, sue me. Raiders and Chiefs, Monday Night Football. Raiders and Chiefs, they're playing at Kansas City. Raiders have been playing a little, but you know they hung in, they won a game. What? Yeah, they won a game. Did you hear me? They won a game last week. I think it was against the Chargers. Okay, yeah, that's right, Ed. Conference game. And I'm just saying, I think the Raiders might be starting to round into form here. Chiefs have not been, they should win, but they've been a little like this. It's what my dad used to call, they're a little lumpy. All right. They're not smooth like the Eagles. They're a little lumpy. So you don't know, like Leave It to Beaver, if Lumpy Rutherford's going to come out and play, or the Beav is going to hit the field. Smooth as silk. You don't know who's going to show up. But with the 7 points in the Raiders, it might be worth the bet. Is it going to be easy to win in Arrowhead Stadium? Hell to the no. All right. But they've had it too good. And I just don't think that they're the team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. All right, so there we go. Let's get on to NCAA. Let's talk college football. We got a lot. I don't have an opinion on every game because every game's not worth it. Chiefs coming off a payback game, yeah. I've noticed a definite weakness in the receiving game for the Chiefs. And when the running game's not firing up, it's very hard to unleash the passing game, and that's been getting them. Okay, let's be real on this. All right, let's go to Odd Shark here tonight. We originally started out, Mr. Z and I told him take SMU in the points, and then I'm like, at the very end of all the bets that we put down, text him an hour later, forget the first bet. I had a revelation. I think this is going to go under, right, the game. So I said, when it got up to 64 points or whatever, I said, you know what? I got a bite on the under. Forget the SMU and 3 points, laying the 3 points. They just didn't get it done tonight. They were good for the first half. They hung tough. Mid Central Florida University did it up on them tonight. All right, Friday, tomorrow we got Nebraska laying 2.5 against Rutgers. Stick a fork in Nebraska. Who in the hell cares, man? Houston, Memphis, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Colorado State and Nevada +3, -3. I don't care. I'm not going to bet those. I couldn't even sit there and watch the game, right? These bozo, Nevada, Colorado. I mean, forget it. UNLV, San Jose State. San Jose State, you're laying 4 points. I think they look pretty damn good against Wyoming, or Wyoming is crumbling a little bit here. Okay? But I would be have to take San Jose at home, laying the 4 points, and UNLV. Just the way I feel about it. And you know what? They're steaming the spread. Started out at 7, now it's 4. Clearly the money's on San Jose State, and it's steaming at this point in time. With UNLV, they're steaming in the wrong direction for me. I don't know what people are looking at here. You have laying 7, and now you're you're laying 7, and now you're at 4. I don't agree with that. I don't think UNLV is that good. Missouri and Florida laying 10. What do you think? Saturday, the noon game, you've got Missouri, which is coming off scaring the hell out of Georgia or whoever last week. Hell of a game. Right? Hell of a game. Now, how are they going to stack up against Florida? I don't know. If you take Missouri, you're getting 10 points going into Florida. Into the swamp. Don't know. I'm not comfortable betting that game. Because Florida just doesn't, that's another lumpy team. Okay, I can't do lumpy teams. All right, Tennessee and LSU. Let's talk about that. Tennessee and LSU. What do we do in here? Tennessee and LSU. I think we took the under 64 on this. This ain't going to be no high scoring game. I don't think. If it is, I'll be surprised. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know with Mr. Z. I can't even remember. Maybe I would take Tennessee in the 2.5. Okay. I think that's the way we took. I don't even know if I took the over under. I don't even remember. I'm just saying, I think we took Tennessee in laying the points because Tennessee has not been a lumpy team. They've been pretty much on a smooth trajectory. And there's a factor that I want to tell you about. Yeah, thank you, Shirley. That I don't hear anybody else talking about when they're handicapping college or pro ball. And that is persistence. How well, thank you, Shirley, how well does a team perform week in and week out? In other words, if you're Ohio State, okay, you take care of business, you're killing teams, then Toledo Rockets come in or whatever, ooh, and you get a scare, you're lumpy. Persistence. Teams that seems to perform pardon me, I'm just getting over this chest cold. Teams that seem to perform at a very high level week after week after week. And I think a lot of it has to do with coaching. Like the way James Madison performs. Okay? There's just a persistent, you watch Coach Signetti and you look at his conferences and his post-game and pre-game conferences. This guy's not all jovial and shit. This guy's like, we're just going to get the job done. We're not lumpy. We're just on this kind of path. You got to value those bets. And that's what I see Tennessee on, not lumpy. Okay? It's like the way I see Duke. No lumpiness in their game. Okay? No shock like, oh, what the hell happened? Holy shit, you were running along good like Pittsburgh. Man, we're rolling against West Virginia. The next week they're carrying the Tennessee comes to town, or the week after, they're carrying the players on the offensive line off the field. Hey, guess what, man? Your season's over. You're lumpy. Okay. Pittsburgh loses to Georgia Tech. Okay, go figure. All right. Let me get rid of this dickhead. Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do. Get rid of this moron. Do-do-do-do-do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get rid of this sap. All right. What's up, Flan? Tennessee, you got to take Tennessee and the points. LSU's been getting better every game, but there's some lumpiness in the program. Okay, there's no lumpiness in the Tennessee program. Hooker's going to be a strong Heisman candidate. All right. Tennessee's the team I picked that could give Alabama a hell of a game. Right, Luce? They could put a hell of a show on in Alabama, in the big house in Alabama in there. Just saying, you let Hendon Hooker start to run his program. It could be like a deer in the headlights down there. Just saying. Don't let me get ahead of myself. Arkansas and Mississippi State. I don't know, Arkansas bounce back game. They're getting 5.5 points. I don't know. I think the game against Alabama just kicked the shit out of them. I think Mississippi State just rolls over top of them at home. And they're just like a wounded boar on the ground. You know, kick me, hit me, spear me. Right. It was too devastating a loss. Did anybody see the fourth quarter of the Alabama Arkansas game? Look at guys running backs 70 yards on 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. Really? Totally gutted the team. Totally gutted the team. Did they bounce back or did they lose heart? TCU and KU. Interesting game. TCU KU, 68.5 points. People are going crazy to TCU Oklahoma game. TCU ran ragged over Oklahoma. Are they going to run ragged over Kansas? 68.5 points is telling me the expectation is that there's going to be no defense. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that Kansas has no defense? Are we overhyping TCU because Oklahoma's maybe not that good? Hello? Here's a quarter. Call your mom. Tell her you're not going to be a pro football player. All right. I think we're doing the under on that. Under 68.5. 68 is a hell of a lot of points. And these two schools are not going to run ragged over each other in this ball game. I'm sorry. If they do, then I'm wrong. Okay? All right. It's like I didn't think the two teams tonight, SMU and Central Florida University, were going to run all over them. Or if something happened, it would be one team running over the other, and that's what happened. We still hit the under on it. All right? TCU's not going to have a game against Kansas that they had against Oklahoma. Sorry. All right. So Kansas is getting 5 points, and I think that they'll hang in there. Yeah. Yes, ESPN's first and only transgender sports betting analyst, right? Texas and OU. I can't get up for these schools. I really don't have an opinion on that. Okay, take the points in Kansas, yeah. Louisville, UVA. Louisville's laying 5 points. I don't know how to feel about Virginia. We've made money on Virginia. Duke against Virginia. Virginia held up well against Syracuse, which I don't like Syracuse myself. It's got like a 10th year redshirt quarterback up there. I don't know. Don't get me sidetracked on these transfer portal 10th year redshirt quarterbacks that never going to graduate. 38 years old, still playing, right? Still hoping for that big break. But that son of a bitch, Boise State, Bockley or whatever his name is, this kid decides I'm going to hit the transfer portal after 4 games. You want to pick him up? This son of a bitch couldn't hit the back of a barn and he's going to go through the transfer portal? We should take up a GoFundMe collection to get this guy home, to get him in the classroom or get him something, a technical degree, you know, shoe repair, some kind of business. Get the hell out of football, dude. As soon as Boise State switched up the quarterback, man, they're rolling, dude. And now you want to maintain your eligibility because you don't go to game 5 or game 6. You can't grab your nuts and throw the ball and play, but you think you're going to get better next year? You think Georgia's going to be on the phone? Oh my God, Bockley is in the transfer portal. Let's see if we can reschedule the game for Saturday. Okay, I got to go recruiting. God almighty. Can you imagine abandoning a team? You're not a team player. You just showed me you don't got any nuts at all. You're not like a Jimmy Garoppolo who starts the year for the 49ers and Shanahan tells him, you know what, you're not going to be the starting quarterback. Now, a lot of guys with super big egos, well, trade me, fuck you. You know what Jimmy G says? Hey, I'm here to play football. If I'm in a supporting role, teaching role, do it. And my respect for this guy went through the roof. This guy's a team player. Young kid gets hurt. They wheel him off the field. Here comes Jimmy G in. Got a good defense behind him. This could be the biggest story of the NFL this year. All right. Team player. Now, what the hell do you do? Yeah, the helmet is shot. Now, what the hell do you do when you basically give your team the finger, hit the transfer portal in week 5, so you don't play again this year, so you maintain your eligibility as a red shirt next year? Dude, what coach would want to touch you? Akron Zips, maybe? I don't know. UMass, Connecticut. Oh, I can't say Connecticut because Fresno State lost to them. But you guys know what I'm saying. Louisville and UVA. All right, I think Louisville, you know, I mean, UVA's got a good defense, but I still like Cunningham. I don't know why Louisville's not been able to get on track this year. They played a great game against Florida State. Couldn't get the job done, but what the hell's going on? What do I always say, Luce? It's time to grab your nuts, grab the ball, and start playing some football. And if you can't take care of UVA, Michigan and Indy, 22 points. Let's face Indy's. I'm not touching the game, but Indy is just crap. Okay. Disastrous year. Purdue and Maryland. Interesting game. Maryland's coming off of that win last week against Michigan State. They look good. Look solid. Michigan State's not that great a team, but Maryland played great against Michigan. They should have won the game. A couple bonehead, the guy punts and the ball hits his helmet, right? Michigan's got it on the 3-yard line. I don't like J.J. McCarthy. This kid's got to get in the sun. Get this kid some sun or something, some vitamin D. This kid's a pasty face, all right? Is Michigan an elite level team? No, they're not. hate to burst your bubble up in the big house up there. But you're not. Don't get me sidetracked on here. We got Maryland and Purdue. And Purdue, you're getting 3.5 points. And I think on this particular game, I think we're taking the under 59.5 on this. Because I think that Purdue is starting to develop a pretty decent defense. Do I expect Maryland to prevail with Tua? I do. But I don't think that Maryland's going to be able to hop the score up on Purdue. They're just playing a better brand of football coming in. They've gelled a little bit. They've grabbed the sack, and they're starting to play pretty decent football here. All right. If I'm betting, I might take Purdue and the 3.5 points in this particular game. But I think, to me, the under makes a bit more sense. Now, caveat, I do change bets sometimes up to the last minute. Like with Mr. Z, I had a feeling about SMU and Central Florida University, and I switched it off tonight to the under. Sometimes you got to go with a gut feel on here. All right, Buffalo, I don't care about Bowling Green. Akron in Ohio, who cares? University of South Florida and Cincinnati. Cincinnati should roll on that. Auburn and Georgia. We've gone from 29 points to 27.5 points now. SEC team should mean a couple things in your mind. Good coaching. First thing that should be in your mind. Number two, a team that can rise above its incompetencies. Number two. Three, a team that could theoretically win this game. Theoretically. I don't think Alabama's going to roll over top of them. I don't think that it's going to be a runaway game. If it is, then I eat crow. It won't be the first time. I've eaten crow 12 times this year. If you're going to be a good sports bettor, you got to be a loser. But I don't see anything in the composition of Alabama lately. Yeah, they finished Arkansas State up because Arkansas was a spent force in the fourth quarter last week. They were busted up. They were tired, gaping holes. They were looking beyond to when they get the ball on offense, and the defense had a lapse. Do I think that Auburn is better coached than Arkansas? I do. I think that Auburn can pull a rabbit out of their ass and at least keep the game tight. Because I've seen nothing in Alabama this year that makes me go, ooh. Sorry. And I've always been a Crimson Tide lover. A few less weapons. Okay? Just saying. I got to take, if I end up with eating crow and Auburn gets their ass kicked by Alabama, at Alabama, it is what it is, guys. I'm not going to cry about it, okay? But that's the way I see it. What else we got here? It's a shitload of games. I got to go a little faster here. Okay, Utah, UCLA. I know y'all hate that pocket change. Oh, you don't drink the UCLA Kool-Aid. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I will after this weekend. We'll see. I'm not betting it. But I think that UCLA at home is going to have a tough go with Utah, or else they're going to be an elite level team. I don't know. I can't call it elite level. You beat Utah at home, I'll call you elite. You like the under on that game. Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh, I don't care. Virginia Tech, you're getting 14 points. Who cares? Right? Wisconsin, Northwestern, who cares? I mean, stick a fork in Wisconsin. No offense, Morning Dove, they they, I mean, Illinois, who I love, by the way. Ball State and Central Michigan, I don't know, Central Michigan's been such a heartbreaker for me. I had them against, I don't know, Toledo, and they always slip behind like 20 points, and then they're playing this frantic catch-up game in the second half. It's just too lumpy. And I don't like Ball State either. I wouldn't bet that game. Toledo and Northern Illinois University. This is one I kind of like. This is one I think that we were on with Toledo laying 5.5 points. If you guys, thank you, Mandy. Hey, Jay Bless. If you guys have not seen this quarterback for Toledo, you have got to look this kid up. This kid is a one-man wrecking machine, this kid. This team gave Ohio State fits for the first half of the game. Okay, I'm going to say taking Toledo in 5.5 points is going to probably pay off. And I tell you, okay, Morning Dove, look at this kid. Look at some of this game film of this quarterback. This kid is the real deal. And I know they're salivating in the transfer portal to pull his ass out to Pittsburgh, Syracuse. This kid's got it. So there's your homework assignment. Look up the Toledo Rockets. Look at that quarterback. One syllable name, Quick Quip or something. His name escapes me right now. This kid is amazing. This kid's a do-it-all. He's like a Lamar Jackson. Okay? Let's see if any other game. Mississippi, Vanderbilt. I don't care. Washington and Arizona State. Arizona. I don't know. Those of you who were on the live stream last Friday night when I had pocket change jamming the UCLA down my throat, right? If you had that on listening to that, I finally had to boot the guy out of the chat. Finally told him, you know what? I'm going to get you for a targeting penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct, and you've got to exit the game. Right. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Huskies bounce back in a really, really major way here. Nobody pays attention to that trash Morning Dove. Duke and Georgia Tech. Duke minus 3.5. Remember we talked about teams that have even performances week after week. No lumpiness. This is what Duke is. Duke just no penalties, no errors, super strong fundamental football. Hey, Sugarcane. And they just go every week. Finn, yes, Finn, amazing. And you're laying 3.5 points for Duke. Now Georgia Tech's getting a little better. Will it be closer than people think? I think it will. They're playing at Georgia Tech. But Duke went in and gave Kansas a good game. Solid. They didn't win, but they played well. Leonard, the quarterback, is excellent for a true sophomore. Elko is the coach. Everybody like, oh, but Georgia Tech beat Pitt. What Pitt? Pitt was wrecked in week number 2. when Tennessee decimated the whole offense. Their year was over. All right. Duke is money. I've made money. So much money this year on Duke. Okay. UNC and Miami, to me, that's kind of a flip a coin game. No other game really caught my eye. James Madison and Arkansas State. I think we got, what do we get? We got 9.5. That's 10.5 points to line now. I laid the 10.5 because James Madison is another school that just performs at a consistently high level. The Iowa State, a consistently high level week after week. Look at Coach Signetti for James Madison. Look at the tradition of winning. Look at some of the players on the team. They're one of the most well-coached teams in college football. Would I put them up against Alabama? I'd love to see them play Alabama. I'd love to see them play Georgia. Would they win? No. Would they scare the crap out of one of those teams? Yeah, they would. They absolutely would. Cassie, you're an idiot. I've been monetized since 2013. All right. So I'm taking James Madison. We got the 9.5. 10.5 stretches it. I'll still take it. Let's talk about this Iowa and Illinois here. Let me see what the total is now. 36. 30. The total is now down to 30. The total is now dropping down to 35. You can't tell me that Illinois is not going to be scoring some points. I put Illinois on the same. I put Illinois on this. I don't put that much below Michigan, believe it or not. In a lot of ways, I think Illinois with Chase Brown is a far superior offense to Michigan. Sorry, I'm not taking the under 35 Kool-Aid on that. Nope. Iowa's going to get their 14 points. And then it's going to be, I think Illinois is going to be running the ball and running up some points. Iowa might be beat up, but they're going to get their 14 points. They're going to get them on a turnover. Somehow or another they are. But it's the way I feel about it. BYU and Notre Dame, I don't know. Oregon and Arizona, I don't know. I'm just talking about the ones. I've got Washington State and USC. This is one I want to talk about. Yeah, we'll have music Friday. Yep. Washington State Cougars have been a very dynamic, well-coached, and fun team to watch. Even when they lost to Oregon at the end, they slipped a little bit. Their focus went down. They let Bo Nix get a few balls away. But 13 points in Washington State. USC is an elite school. I'll grant you that. But Washington State is knocking at the door. They've had a couple bad breaks. But I'll tell you, are they going to keep this game close? You think that USC is just going to be scored? Good night, Sugar Cane. You think USC is just going to be running over top of this school? No. And this offensive unit is crafty, wily, witty, clever. Okay, I'm taking the points on that. I can't help myself. Now, let me see. Western Kentucky, University of Texas, San Antonio. That's what I'm going to talk about right there. I'm taking the under. There ain't no way in God's green earth. You saw Western Kentucky when they played Troy. We made money on Troy. Troy State's a good team. I knew that when they technically beat Appalachian State and lost on a Hail Mary. Troy still won the game. All right. But I'm telling you, Western Kentucky, you're not going to be scoring 40, 50 points. San Antonio's defense is not the greatest. Their offense is good. It's going to be like another SMU Central Florida University game, in my opinion. All right. But anytime you're getting 70.5 points, do you know how much shit can go wrong in a game? Of course, I'm attracted to the under. University of Texas San Antonio is a pretty damn good team, and I think it's going to be a much more of an evenly matched game, and I think it'll be like 42 to, I don't know, 38 to 24, something like that, when it's all said and done. Is it going to go over 70.5? I would be really surprised if it went over 70.5. Anything else? We got Tennessee, TCU, Duke, Toledo, Auburn. I think that about wraps it up for me. Baylor, West Virginia. West Virginia is done. I think that's next Thursday. I think that about wraps it up. Let me see. Fresno and Boise. Well, I guess you got to go with Iowa State. I didn't really do any handicapping on that, on the Iowa State game. So what are you thinking about that? What are you thinking about that, Luce? I think that's good. Iowa State's a pretty damn good team. Oh, against Kansas. What are you thinking about that? Iowa State, interesting. Okay, well, it's coming up to about an hour. I think we've had good talk tonight. You know which way I'm leaning on a lot of these bets. The usual caveat, I can and sometimes do change my bets. Okay, sometimes. Did you play in school? Yes, I did, Morning Dove, but I didn't have the size. Basketball was, I enjoyed that, baseball and things like that. So I didn't go too far in football, certainly not high school. I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like a bench warmer. If I'm not playing, right, Queenstown kid, good catch on that. So there's what I'm looking at coming up this week. So thank you guys. If you've not hit the thumbs up button, please hit the share button too on your social media. I think we've coming into this week 25-12. I think we still got 11 games to roll or something coming up here. So we shall see. I laid more cash too. So thank you everybody for being here. Thumbs up are appreciated. And have a wonderful night. And for those of you on the Astro Chat, hit the bell for all notifications, subscribe so that you can see. All right, yeah, you like that? You like the pro? I got you, John, but I tend to do much better in college. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, grab them, play hard.